Today I want to talk about the rise of technology and how it relates to witchcraft and the supernatural. Nowadays we have a generation of people that have grew up with smartphones and technology. It's all that they've known. There are people now that are in their 20s that couldn't possibly imagine a world without technology. And unless you look at history, it doesn't quite occur to people just how bizarre this world has become. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Andoer. So as I was growing up, I witnessed the rise of technology. I remember what life was like before smartphones and the internet. And as time's gone by, I've noticed that the advancement of technology just seems to be getting quicker and quicker. So the other night I got really curious and wanted to gain a deeper perspective of just how quickly things seem to be advancing, and I came across some really strange revelations. If you do a Google search, what year was the first car created? It claims that the first car that was ever created was in 1886, which is approximately 137 years ago. So, before 1886, no one was driving a car. And just so that you know, this is said car doesn't exactly resemble anything that we would use in this day and age, right? Then I did a Google search and asked, when was the first computer created? Again, something that resembles a cardboard box with buttons. The first official computer was created in 1936, which is only 87 years ago. Now, this'll be an interesting one for Gen Z, right? When do you think the internet was created? I'll tell you. 1983. 40 years ago. And finally, the first cell phone was created in 1992. That's only 31 years ago. And do you want to know when the first iPhone was ever released? The first one that was made? 2007. 16 years ago, right? Now, some people might be listening and thinking, what does this mean? Right? We'll make the assumption that before 1886, when the first quote-unquote car was created, we were pretty much living like cavemen. Well, you know, not cavemen, but pretty close. There was absolutely no technology less than 200 years ago. Yet, if you were to go by what NASA says, the claims are that the world was created about 4.5 billion years ago. I'm just gonna let that sink in. Even if you were to go by the biblical timeline, where they say that the Earth was created 6,000 years ago, just look at the insane gap between the creation of the Earth to the creation of technology. How is it that we lived for such a long time with such little advancement, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, technology just starts to become a part of our reality that is so integrated, and the advancement just seems to be spiraling? I really hope that the point I'm trying to make is sinking in. This really is something that you need to sit down and kind of meditate on. You know, we just go about our day and we use our smartphone like it's nothing, like it's no big deal. We don't ever sit to question, how is this made? How has humanity just become so advanced to this degree, at this speed? Some people might think I sound stupid saying this, but I struggle to believe that the technology that we're using right now in this day and age is completely man-made. If there's anybody who's watching who has actually created a smartphone, defo comment down below. We live in a culture where everyone just blindly accepts that there are experts at things that just know more than us, that are just really, really intelligent, and they can say anything and we'll just swallow it. We'll just accept that we don't understand how it's made, we could never understand it, but it's here. We use it on a daily basis, it's real, so... And then people just don't think any further. But anyway, how does this relate to witchcraft and the supernatural? What point am I trying to make here? Well, these devices that we use, when you switch them off, you just see a black mirror. I'm sure that you've heard this before, maybe you haven't, maybe you don't think that it's very relevant. Well, there is a practice that witches traditionally did called scrying, also known by various names such as seeing or peeping. Well, scrying is the practice of looking into a suitable medium in the hope of detecting significant messages or visions. Now let's look at the beginning of this sentence. It says looking into a suitable medium. For anybody who doesn't know what a medium refers to, a medium can be an object or a person that connects you from this reality into the spiritual realm. I'm sure many of you have heard the term medium referring to a person who opens themselves up to be a vessel for spirits. A black mirror acts as that vessel, and then its purpose is to detect significant messages or visions. Now, think about the content that you choose to watch on your iPhone or your iPad or the television. Don't you think it's strange that they're all black mirrors until you turn them on and it clearly shows you a vision or a message on the screen? If you've ever seen Snow White, there's a scene where the evil witch does this. She looks into the black mirror, she asks it a question, and it reveals to her a vision. If you look on Google and you type in scrying mirror, here's what will come up. Although, mind you, I don't know why you'd bother spending your money on one of these because we already have multiple scrying mirrors in our homes. The thing that's concerning is that if you were a witch and you were using a scrying mirror, the purpose would be to access visions from the spirit world, particularly about the future. A lot of people, when they use mediums, they are looking to tell the future. Well, let's say that hypothetically that was happening whenever we switch on these devices and watch a film or a series. Imagine if every time you were doing that, it was a glimpse into your future or things that you were going to see come up in your reality. To me, that concept is very concerning because most film and television is quite negative, especially when you see the stuff that Netflix is pushing at the moment, like all these serial killer documentaries, horror films. There's hardly anything out there that you can watch nowadays that's actually really positive. There's always got to be some kind of negative twist. Most film and television has just become so degenerate that it's just jam-packed with evil. And I personally have had many experiences where the content that I choose to watch has started to negatively impact my life. For anyone who's interested to hear more, I have a video titled Be Careful What You Watch, where I talk about my experiences that happened after watching a series called 13 Reasons Why. I'm sure you've heard of it. And I also do make the same point about the black mirrors and the scrying, but I just kind of wanted to dive deeper in this video. But anyway, I just wanted to share my thoughts. I'm probably going to do some further videos about this, but let me know in the comments below what you think. Have you guys started to experience negative things occur in your life after watching certain content? If you enjoy this video, please don't forget to drop it a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you, bye!